If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, man. Happy Monday. We are back to it. Back like we never left. GMS fam, the green room. Make sure you do me a big favor. And as you pull up into the motherfucking show, make sure that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, all that goodness gracious. You can also support the GMS show by hitting the Cash App, as you can see down below, following me on all socials, and I follow back. We got a lot to talk about today, but you know we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. My GMS fam, make sure you tap into that live chat, man. Let me know where you tuning in from. Lolita, I see you. Glittery Bubbles, Psych, L, I see you. Glow, King Lukey, my Minnesota brother, what's going on, man? Make sure you share the live, let people know where to come to right now. Well, we do have quite a few things to discuss, but what we discussing today comes on the brink of all this relationship talk and Usher being a menace to society at his residency shows, all of these relationship points of view, and it's starting to look a little tricky. And just like I thought, things will look very contradicting when another situation happens and everybody acts like, oh, well, this person is horrible for doing the exact thing that we said somebody else was not horrible for doing. Or we told somebody not to do something because we thought it was horrible, and then somebody else did the same thing of the opposite sex, and everybody's like, oh, you go, girl. Now, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, recently, actor Jonah Hill has been getting bodied on the internet. Very, very, very similar to a Mr. Darius Dalton Jackson, the baby dad of Keke Palmer, who also may not be in a relationship with Keke anymore after recent events, or even bothered with her, because he ended up deleting all pictures of Keke and them on his Instagram, and they have unfollowed each other, which I saw that coming, because the outside opinion will always rule over what's actually happening in real life when you have somebody that allows themselves to be influenced by the outside opinion. Now, with Keke's baby dad situation, he went to the internet, which I still don't think he should have did, but he did it. And he voiced his opinion about his baby mother, and everybody and they mama said that he shouldn't have publicly embarrassed her like that. He shouldn't have been this. He shouldn't have did that. He's a bitch ass nigga. He's weak. He's broke. He's a couch hopper. He ain't nothing but a stay-at-home dad. They crushed him for speaking about something publicly, right? Fast forward, Jonah Hill has an ex-girlfriend, a part of the surfer community, and she released text messages between her and Jonah Hill that showed Jonah setting what he said was boundaries in their relationship. Things that he would like out of his relationships, the standards he wanted to set for his relationships. Whether you feel like they were fair or not, he did what a lot of people would hope somebody would do and let them know, hey, this is what I would like. And if you don't want to be a part of that, cool, move forward. Hope all is well. God bless. Now, here's the crazy part, man. This woman publicly outed this man, not while they were in a relationship, not while this shit just happened, but after he already is in another relationship and has a baby on the way. She decided to wake up one morning and say, oh, the things that Jonah said to me about what he wanted out of a relationship has messed me up so mentally that I've taken this to the internet just to randomly show people that Jonah Hill is a bad person. And it doesn't seem like, this doesn't seem odd that she did it around the time where a lot of motherfuckers is on edge about men being controlling and all that other shit, It seems like some odd timing. But let's just show you the text messages that was sent by Jonah Hill that she decided to post to the internet. And it's crazy because usually when you see these type of things, it's usually just text messages from one person. It's not showing the responses of the other. We've seen it happen so many times in these situations because a lot of people want to make it seem like they're the good person out of the situation. They don't want to show their flaws or how ridiculous they are, but they want to show one side of it because when you get ahead of the story, people will believe what you say first. Now, these are real text messages that this girl, Sarah Brandy, posted onto her Instagram story. First, it said, fuck it. See the misuse of the term boundaries in quotation marks, right? This is what Jonah said. He said, plain and simple, if you need, and he listed it out, surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic relationships or partnership. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. Now, I'm not gonna lie. As a man and me reading these, I'm not an insecure individual, so I would never catch myself texting things like this. But at the same time, you shouldn't project what you would do onto another human being who is a different person than you. Also, let's not act like it's not Jonah Hill. Y'all seen what Jonah Hill looked like over the years. I think this is right on par with somebody like a Jonah Hill having these type of boundaries set in his relationships. He probably feels really insecure around a really attractive woman because otherwise, if he wasn't famous and he wasn't rich, probably wouldn't have bagged the girl. Also, he probably would still be a fat guy, and I'm just saying that as a possibility. He probably could have lost a lot of weight, not being a famous rich guy. I don't know. I didn't know the future. I can't guess, but I'm just saying a lot of people that don't have the funds usually tend to stay obese. But talking about surfing with men, well, she's a surfer instructor, so that sounds kind of crazy. I mean, if you want to stop her from making money, but we're not talking about a guy that's not making enough money to support them both. So I can see his mindset by saying you don't have to do that. And even though she's an instructor where she would most likely have to instruct other men, it just doesn't seem too logical. And then to say to model, well, it's like if this person was modeling before y'all got together, why can't she model now? And then to post pictures of yourself in bathing suits, well, she was already posting herself in bathing suits. Why can't she post herself now? to take sexual pictures. Well, if she was already taking sexual pictures when you met her, why can't she do it now? Oh, yeah, the key part in all this. I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership. The nigga said if you don't want to get with it, then there's the exit. No hard feelings. But you know how society took it on Twitter? The fake outrage niggas that like to put labels on motherfuckers and act like reality don't exist, like they don't be dealing with the same shit in real life. And even the people that are against what he's doing be doing even worse to their partners. We're going to talk about that. But the people took it as, oh, that was a form of manipulation. See, because if she really wanted to be with him and he's telling her that if, you know, she doesn't want to, if the other things make her happy, then, you know, they can just go their separate ways. That's just him manipulating her into trying to just stay with him because she doesn't want. No, man. How about he said how he felt clearly because he's laying out all his boundaries. And after that, he said, hey, if these aren't things that coexist with who you are and what you want out of a relationship, that's cool with me. But that's not it, because she shared more text messages. She said, you make me sick. She shared a text message where she said, that makes me feel like you're testing me to see if you should keep me around or dump me because there's something wrong with me, like I'm a nerdy, dorky, unaware, naive idiot socially. I hear you. He said, those are your words, not mine. And people took that as, oh, he called her a nerdy, dorky, unaware, naive idiot. No, she came up with these words herself. As a matter of fact, I'm sure if he felt that way, he probably wouldn't have wasted the time to try to be with her. And that's just my opinion. Now, I'm somebody who's really against the, oh, let's just expose messages or expose people when things happen behind closed doors. I'm against it to a certain degree. Now, if you are a woman that was in a relationship where somebody was being physically abusive, put them on blast. If you want to put them on blast, it's your choice. You do so. All the power to you. Even if somebody was being verbally abusive to you, calling you names, you know, belittling you, making you feel less than, then okay, go ahead and put the warning out for the future ladies who may get involved with this guy. But what I'm seeing here is somebody who laid some shit out, didn't disrespect the girl not one time. I ain't seen not one disrespectful anything. But say the way society is built today, they will read something and then conjure something else in their head and then make it that and then spread that narrative. Here are more text messages. He said, this is Jonah Hill speaking. He said, take some accountability and operate with respect. It's that simple, because I'm tired of your attitude towards surf culture, that contest, and that place, because I deserve respect, period. I have been more than patient, and then shit like this is still here. Fuck that contest. Fuck that place. Fuck not representing me always in every situation within surf culture, or you don't get it. And you don't get me. It's hurtful and unacceptable to me. Get it? I don't know if you get it or care or give a shit about that shit more than me, even after Dr. Stern has said it loud and clear. Now, he mentioned a Dr. Stern, who is their couples therapist at the time. And so it ended here where she said, literally just say hello, or no, Jonah said, literally just say hello and leave the convo. I love how your therapist thinks I suck. I literally am the best boyfriend on earth. So then people were like, oh, look, now he's a narcissist and he's a this and that. All right, that's cool. But these two people are not together anymore. These two people are not together anymore. Jonah Hill has a fiance and a baby on the way, or a baby now. And I'm just going to guess and say that this girl who used to be in a relationship with him, who isn't anymore and may not have, you know, access to certain things anymore, was probably tired of probably seeing the news about him and his new fiance or them expecting their baby and all this other shit. And she was like, you know what? I remember when this motherfucker tried to get me to stop doing this and that. He's not as good as a person as everybody else. Not even thinking about the fact that he may be in a very happy situation. The woman he's with could possibly be very happy with their situation and his boundaries, which is why she decided to get engaged with him and have a baby with him. Who knows? But see, some women out there are very vindictive and very evil in the fact that if they can't have something, nobody else can. Or they believe that because they were treated a certain way by somebody, that this person is going to treat the next person that way. Usually that's the case, but we're not seeing anything. I didn't see anything verbally abusive from Jonah Hill. So I don't know. I can't guess that he's just treating his new girl crazy or whatever. But she's out here trying to paint a picture about this guy. Now, here's something I want to show you that was very interesting to me in this situation. She got a little bit of backlash, just a little bit, because, you know, social media likes to pile on to the first person that makes accusations. But she got a little bit of backlash because people were like, well, this is kind of odd timing. You know, when you put these things out there, a lot of people don't know your situation. So a lot of people were assuming that her and Jonah Hill were recently together and that this is something that just happened. And that he should be looked at as a horrible guy. But people were like, hold on, no, isn't he engaged? Doesn't he have a baby on the way? And she had to, of course, do what a lot of women do and escape accountability for her actions and try to make it seem like she was doing something greater than what she was. Here is her explaining why she did this while Jonah was in another relationship with a girl that was pregnant with his baby.
Part of me, waited until after she had given birth. Not right after, but a little bit after, so that his current fiance and the mother of his child, Olivia, I just hoped she would receive some of these screenshots somehow through friends.
I was just hoping. Now, if you didn't hear, she said she did this hoping that the new girl who he's having a baby with would receive these messages. I'm going to keep going. I know it's low audio, but I'm going to repeat some of the things she said, so don't worry about it.
Friends of mine that I met through him that I know are good people and I know would make an effort to protect her.
Whoa. She said, I sent these text messages in hopes that the new girl would receive them because of mutual friends that they have between each other who she knows are good people and will want to protect her. What are you trying to protect other than the fact your feelings were hurt? You're trying to protect your own feelings. See, a lot of women don't even, when they do the whole, I'm going to go to the other woman and tell her this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm trying to do this to protect, you're not trying to protect shit. You're just hoping that she doesn't want to be with the man that you had a problem with. You don't give a fuck about her being happy. You don't give a fuck about the baby. You don't give a fuck about none of that. The only thing you give a fuck about is trying to now control, as everybody's calling him controlling, control the outcome of his relationship with the new woman he's with. Let me continue.
I didn't want her to have to see all of this while she was pregnant because I didn't know what kind of stress that would cause on her and her baby.
She said she didn't want her to see it because she was pregnant and she didn't know how that would affect her while she was pregnant or affect the baby while the baby was in the womb. Mm-hmm. A bitch that don't got a baby, don't got a kid at all is trying to talk about what could affect a pregnant woman. Stop it.
Physically and everything, and
lying like a motherfucker.
I'm sure the timing can seem bad, oh yeah, I waited until he had a kid, but I waited until she had her baby. So I knew they were physically.
Listen to that. I waited till she had her baby. Now he's finna move into some of those wild feminist talking points where motherfuckers act like men don't understand that a woman is having a baby where she's giving birth, where we don't understand that she is the one that has to go through her having a baby, but at the same time trying to discredit the father by being like, that's her baby, that's this. Bitch, this is our child. And I'm finna be the sole the sole provider of this motherfucking child and the woman that I'm with. I'm not discrediting her giving birth. That is one of the most amazing and most incredible things that could ever happen. Women are so incredibly special in that way. It's ridiculous. Women are special human beings. They give birth to other human beings. That is not lost, and that is not anything to downgrade or try to downplay. But for you, because of how this is what's showing how much she has a disdain for this man by saying this. Listen further.
Not impacted by me sharing this shit, and she could be informed and make an informed decision of how she wants to care for herself and her baby, which she birthed and she created. Yes, it's his child, but that is that woman's infant. That's how I see it.
Hold on, I'm gonna play this again. She said,
she created. Yes, it's his child, but that is that woman's infant.
Yes, they created it, but that's that woman's infant. That is her child. Bitch, you don't give a fuck about this woman. This is what I'm saying. Like, if anybody can sit up here and try to act like they give a fuck about the other girl that's in a relationship with the guy that they wish they were in a relationship with, you're out of your mind. These women don't care. If she cared, why did she share these messages publicly? If it was all about trying to show his new girl, his baby mom, what he was like, why the fuck didn't you just send the shit to her? Why? You said you have mutual. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I like breaking some shit down. Because a lot of people like to use the talking points and the shock value, and they like to use the fake outrage and the cancel culture and the abuse shit and all that shit, instead of looking at shit for what it is and realize that a lot of people, regular individuals, do this type of shit. How are you trying to protect somebody else when you have mutual friends with this person where you can easily get her this information directly, but you went on social media, and not just any social media, you went on your IG account I didn't see any captions talking about, hi, I'm sorry to put this out here. I know that he has a baby on the way, and I'm not trying to disrespect the mother of his child, but I feel like she needs to know this, and I've tried to get this information to her, but it just never seemed to reach her. No. Niggas are vindictive. And it's crazy because, like, all this coming on the brink of the whole Kiki and her baby dad shit, where motherfuckers was killing him for putting some information out there publicly, but then you see it. I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know it was gonna happen this fast, but I knew it was gonna happen. Motherfuckers justified her doing this shit publicly because they feel like the world needs to know that Jonah Hill has fucking boundaries and standards. Are you crazy? And I see the other women using it as the step stool to provide their stories with their abusive men that they were with, trying to correlate the two. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. It don't make no fucking sense to me. But what does make sense to me, let me show you. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I'm about to show you, because like I said, when in doubt, let Ryan talk about. Now, I know that's not a real saying. I just made it up now. But here's the thing. Ryan Davis is known for talking his shit and saying what's on his mind and proving the fact that, certain things happen. Now, I want y'all to hear from him how he broke this down. Listen to this. Shout out to Ryan Davis, man.
Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend just reminded me of how ridiculous people can be. She referred to this man as abusive because he set boundaries for what he expects from a woman he's in a relationship with. You don't know what abusive is, lady. This was the most mature way I've ever seen anybody do it, because he's saying this is what I expect, and if you can't be this way, then you're not the woman for me, and that's okay. That's super mature. She didn't hit him in the face with a cell phone like JT did Lil Uzi Vert. He didn't go to social media and ask complete strangers to shame her like Darius tried to do with Kiki. Matter of fact, I would say what she is doing is abusive. She's actually trying to hurt this man's career and reputation because she don't like the standard that he sets in a relationship that he wants to be in. And yes, I read the text messages. Does some of it come off as a little insecure? Yes, of course. But why is he not allowed to be a tad bit insecure? This is Jonah Hill that we're talking about. This nigga ain't Brad Pitt. All right? Maybe y'all look at the fame and the money and forget that this is Jonah Hill. All right? All right? If you take away the money and the fame and you say this guy doesn't want his woman to be hanging out with a bunch of handsome men, you'd be like, all right, I can see that. What about this guy? Because this is still Jonah Hill. If this guy's like, I don't really want you, you know, I get that you surf, but you don't need to be out there with the surfer guys who look like this. If that guy's saying that, then yeah, you know, I understand that because that's Jonah Hill. If you get money and fame, doesn't mean you're not still this guy.
It's a classic saying, man. Money can't unlame a lame.
If you want a man that doesn't care what you do with other men, then you date Adam22, who will allow you to get pile drive by some dude, and then he'll bring you on the podcast to watch you break his spirit, telling you how sore you were while dealing with the other dude, and because that dude is way bigger than you, and she hopes all the saying ouch doesn't hurt your ego because the ouch ain't for you. It's the ouch from what he did to her.
Lordy.
That's the man y'all want. Y'all don't want a man who's vulnerable and tells you that I may have some insecurities or some weaknesses. Could you work with me while we establish trust? You don't want that guy. You want the dude that wants you to get pile drive by other dudes and smile about it in front of the world and then put you on the podcast and talk about it. I think that's what she wanted. When I say y'all, I mean women like her, not women. So don't do this weird thing that y'all do. They're like, I don't want no man. Ain't nobody talking about you. I'm talking about her, women like her, okay? Women who respect boundaries and men who respect their women's boundaries. Wonderful people, man. Y'all get out there and find each other. Jonah, you will find a person who respects your boundaries, and there are plenty of women out there who don't see anything wrong with your boundaries, all right? And for the women who do see something wrong with your boundaries, find Adam.
Nigga said find Adam. Which is sick. Sick behavior. Nigga, I just posted the video of her reaction after getting BBC'd by the guy that she's doing a scene, that she just had a scene with, and it's gonna drop in a couple days actually on her OnlyFans. I know this is a money grab. I know it's good for their business, whatever. Say what you want. But I watched that interview between them, and being a human is exactly what that is. We are being human. And there's a lot of people that's like, well, he wanted it to happen, cool. But it happened. There were things that were told during their little podcast interview of them reacting to it or talking about it that let me know that Adam was insecure about it. And previous things that has happened to show and prove that Adam was insecure about her doing scenes with other guys until now. Watch this. Just watch this. Do you think, like, I just want to know. I just want to know.
All right, Jason, we're done. It was great.
Had a blast. Way more fun than expected. Holy shit.
Ooh, I could say the same about you.
Oh my God, yeah, bruh.
Same. I definitely need a massage.
That is your wife. And I know people be talking about, yo, they're porn stars. They do porn together. He be smashing all her homies and all her friends and shit, and she don't get mad about it. That's because she knew she was going to do this. She knew she had an ace in the pocket. She knew she had a way to do what she wanted to do because she let him do it. She swallowed her pride first. See, this is how genius women are as well. They and good actors too, because I knew in this situation, Lena was like, well, I already do scenes with other girls and I don't really see a problem because, you know, we're going to be doing these scenes with people I know and I may feel some type of way about certain shit, but I just know that at some point it's going to come to a point where I'm going to have the upper hand and say, you know what? We've done countless amount of scenes with other women. I think it would be good for our business, our brand, and our pockets if I did a scene with another guy, and not just any guy, but a big black guy. Pause. And you know it's even crazier. They interviewed this guy. They brought him on during their interview. When Adam and Lena had an interview, they brought the guy that DP'd his wife. And everybody's probably like, well, DP'd? I thought that meant double penetration. Yeah. Nigga shit was so long, the motherfucker went through her coochie and the ass. Goddamn. Pause. He demolished this motherfucker. Her shit just now getting back rejuvenated. The man that did the scene with this woman said himself, I don't know if I have it in me to allow the same thing, but shit, I guess that's just another level of maturity. No, it's not. It's another level of cuckolding. You a cuck. You a cuckified nigga. Y'all know that Adam's real name is Adam Grand Mason. I know we probably talked about this in the past, but I just want to remind people that he has such a Klansman name that these type of things I kind of get proud about seeing, because I know that a lot of these things are a lot of white guys' worst nightmares, to have not only their girl but their wife, who they have a child with, to get demolished by a big black nigga. Now, I would review or talk about the conversation they had. That might be for another day. But right now, I don't want to do it. It's just too embarrassing. It's too weird. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to approach it. Adam is a very weird individual. And he can try to use the excuse that, oh, we fuck a lot of girls together already. But it still doesn't do anything to your pride. Like, the jokes is getting to him. He even said the jokes about their kid will get. I'm like, didn't you think about that? You didn't think about that before this shit happened? That niggas was gonna talk about your kid in this instance? Talking about his Lena being a bad parent because she's doing this type of shit. What? Then he said he wouldn't mind his daughter when she got older to create an OnlyFans. This is a motherfucker who is a menace to society. Daughter ain't even 5 yet. This motherfucker talking about his daughter's potential OnlyFans. And I'm pretty sure it's inevitable that she will have one. Because mom and dad were in the business. And if they're weird enough to be married and do these type of things for the bread, who knows what they would do with their daughter once she turned 18 for the bread. Who knows how long the bread's gonna last? That's why matter of fact, that's probably their investment. The daughter's their investment. They said, ooh, we gonna do this, and I hope we have a daughter, and if we do, it's gonna be an investment, because in 18 years, we can promote her and put her on the scene and say, yeah, Adam22 and Lena's daughter, all grown up, freshly 18. I could see it now. Motherfuckers that do shit for the money, they have no ceiling. None. And if you were the type of guy that was against your wife having scenes with other men during your relationship already, and now you just all of a sudden felt like, okay, it's cool, trust me. It's about to get real weird in the Adam22 universe. Y'all just stay tuned for that. Now, speaking of very weird, and speaking of kids being around adult things, Blueface and Drewski Griffin. Drewski Griffin. That's a bitch like Stewie and Drewski. You Drewski Griffin now, motherfucker. Blueface caught a lot of backlash because he posted to his IG a video of some strippers in his house twerking ass, shaking it, doing all types of shit, and then went to his pantry that was as empty as a third world country to ask his son why he wasn't out there watching these grown women shake ass, and then proceeded to ask his son, was he gay? Now here's the video. I'm gonna block out the ass first, and then we're gonna get right to the child.
Casual day. Casual day with Jay Nasty. Son, come here.
Why isn't this little nigga upstairs?
There's booty cheeks out here. You in here looking for chips. And Slim Jims and shit.
This nigga should
You ain't
be in
gay.
his room. He should be in his room playing with toys, watching cartoons and shit, learning how to read a goddamn book. But instead, you worried about him out there watching ass. Kids think that shit is awkward, nigga. Why don't y'all know this type of shit? Why don't y'all ever have any type of common sense when it comes to this shit? Hold on, I'm gonna finish playing and then I'm gonna go off.
Did you? Huh? Are you gay? You ain't gay, right? My man. My dog. My young.
You wanna know why
Yeah.
the video switched? Watch. The video cut out and came back because his son didn't answer that question for a very long time, and Blue was gonna sit there and be like, well, the internet gonna kill him if they see he didn't answer for like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna make sure he say he not on this next video just so we can, you know what I'm saying, everything will be cool.
You ain't gay, right? My man. My dog.
Pantry got 2-week-old takeout in it
My young.
and a vacuum and a fan. Nigga, this is supposed to be for food. Nigga ain't had no food in there. You asking your son, is he gay, motherfucker? He just trying to eat, motherfucker. Ain't shit in the fucking house. Ain't no goddamn food. He trying to eat. The motherfucker hungry. He's starving. You pay for these hoes to come shake ass. You should have paid to fill up your goddamn pantry. Stupid ass young nigga. Then on top of that, I see what's going on. Y'all don't even understand. Blueface is mentally fucked up. You wanna know why? His mama. When your mama wanna be your girlfriend, I can't imagine what type of shit you will go through. When your mama want to be your girlfriend. When your mama all her life looked at you as her man because the man that made y'all, that helped make y'all isn't around, that's a scary scene, bro. It's a scary scenario. So what you think? How you and I can make assumptions all day. But a lot of the things that parents do with their kids is a reflection of what they went through as a kid with their parents. So if he's sitting up here worried about his kid being gay or having his kid be around grown-ass women shaking ass and probably getting naked in front of him, who knows what was happening with Blueface when he was a young kid? And I'm talking about between him and his mom. Don't try to kill me, Blueface. Don't try to come for me, man. But you should talk to your mama. I feel like there's some demons or some things that have been eating away at your soul that you really want to get out there to the public, but you think it'll be too weird to put out there. Hey, man, let that shit out. Let that shit out. We can see you running from some shit. A person that overly tries to act like he is unbothered or like shit don't fuck with him is a person that is completely fucked up. And all that shit is just going to come out one day. All that shit is going to burst out. All that cool shit, all trying to act nonchalant, all on player, all this shit, all that shit is going to crush like Ocean Gate. And he's just going to implode on everybody. Or explode, I guess. Implode is R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel. Once I seen that video of Blueface mom talking about his meat, I said, oh, God, yeah, something happened. Something happened. Because ain't nobody that unaware in life to say some dumb shit like that unless it just was a part of who they was and they just had to fucking say it. Very weird. Very weird activity. I don't believe in this type of BS when it comes to Blueface. Also, this video right here, watch this.
Y'all sit right here while I go fondle with these young women for a little bit, all right? You in charge. You second in charge, all right? All right. All right,
Bruh is hungry. These kids is hungry. You got on all these chains, you got on these watches and these rings. You pay for these hoes to come through and shake ass. Why don't you pay to do some shit with the kids? You got all 4 kids over at your crib. Why don't you pay to do something with them? Hey, y'all, you kids that don't know no better, y'all watch yourselves. I'll be right back. Finna go fondle these women real quick. And then gonna say this in front of a other little girl that looked like she about
sit right here
12.
while I go fondle with these young women for a little bit, all right?
You saying this in front of a young ass girl too. CPS, where you at? CPS, where you at? Will somebody please get them niggas on the phone and save these children? Blueface and Drewski Griffin have got to face the consequences for being this fucking reckless. I hate it. I hate to see it, man. I hate to see it, man. It just disgusts me, man. It disgusts me. And that young kid, somebody said something very important. Somebody said every time some bullshit happens, or every time Blueface got his kid on camera, he always trying to get away from some shit that Blueface doing. And that alone is a good sign that that kid is going to want his own type of life and try to stray away from the fuckery that he's been seeing on a daily basis. Because when you groom kids and when you coerce them to try to be a certain way, they either going to be it or they either going to be like viciously get away from it. And every time y'all see videos of Blueface and his son is trying to get the fuck away from him. So hopefully that young man separates himself when he becomes an adult, because like mother, like son, that's all I gotta say. Like mother, like son, nigga. Those are bad traits to pass down, and that nigga think that shit is cool. He think that shit is player. Nah, nigga, that shit gonna get your kid taken. And I'm curious to know if CPS did get involved, because that did go viral and a lot of people spoke on that situation. And it's not unlike CPS to get involved when they see some shit happening with kids on the internet, especially with celebrities. So we'll see. We will see. Now, here's another thing that happened, man. This shit is crazy, man. And I'm here to take all the scrutiny and all the backlash. I don't give a fuck. All right? Britney Spears is a nut. Britney Spears is a nut ass nigga. Insane in the membrane. We see it every single day. She decides to stand in her living room and spin around 172 times while just barely showing some titty and some coochie. I mean, you can't pull your bikini down any lower, motherfucker. What are you doing? Britney Spears is a kook. So what happened recently, right? And I'll let Britney cook. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these motherfuckers in the industry end up kooking and cracking out. And I understand it, because you did a lot in your life. You've been pulled and tugged and made to do this and forced to do this. You've been on contract. You've been feeling like a slave. You've been feeling like you haven't been yourself. You can't do what you want to do. And now you're all fucked up, and the only thing you can do is spin around in your living room and go on vacation. I get it. But that doesn't mean that everybody's going to have the same type of sympathy or care or love for you like the diehard Britney Spears fans who are out here trying to shame this new number one NBA draft pick for some shit that happens on the fucking regular. And then it also goes to show you not just white privilege, but celebrity privilege. The way that celebrities feel like because of who they are, that they can do certain shit that regular fans they know couldn't do to them. If there was so Victor Wembanyama, number one draft pick on the NBA, who is now the star center of the San Antonio Spurs. He was walking through Vegas. And what happened was a fan ran up and touched him, to which his security flapped that person's hand back, and that person's hand flew back and hit them in the face. That person ended up having to be Britney fucking Spears, to which she wrote on her Instagram. Now I want to make sure I read this because I hope it's not gone, because I don't know if she felt like the surveillance video wasn't gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But here's what she said. Britney said, "Traumatic experiences are not new to me, and I have had my fair share of them. I was not prepared for what happened to me last night. I recognized an athlete in my hotel lobby as I was heading to dinner. I later went to a restaurant at a different hotel and saw him again. I decided to approach him and congratulate him on his success. It was really loud, so I tapped him on the shoulder to get his attention. I am aware of the player's statement where he mentions I grabbed him from behind, but I simply tapped him on the shoulder. His security then backhanded me in my face without looking back in front of a crowd, nearly knocking me down and causing my glasses to fall off my face. I get swarmed by people all the time. In fact, that night I was swarmed by a group of at least 20 fans. My security team didn't hit any of them. This story is super embarrassing to share with the world, but it's out there already. However, I think it's important to share this story and to urge people in the public eye to set an example and treat all people with respect. Physical violence is happening too much in this world, often behind closed doors. I stand with all victims, and my heart goes out to all of you. I have yet to get a public apology from the player, his security, or their organization. I hope they will. I also don't appreciate, nor do I think this is a laughing matter. Watching the player smile and laugh was cruel and demoralizing with the situation that took place. I am 5'3" and he's 7'4". I cherish the tremendous amounts of love and support, blah, blah, blah. You are a white woman playing I got assaulted by a black person, a big black man, and I don't know how to feel about it because I just wanted to approach him and congratulate. You didn't even know the nigga's name. You just knew he was a new number one draft pick in the NBA, and you wanted to do the regular ass motherfucking celebrity clout chasing shit and be like, yeah, I'm going to go over there and talk to the motherfucker that I don't even know his fucking name, which is why you said you, bro, let me play the video. Let me just play the video. Tap.
Just like smoke in the face.
Who did?
Okay, go.
Does that not sound like a nut? Listen. First of all, let me just say this. Once again, Britney is a nut. She ran up on this nigga speaking in a British accent. Now, I don't know what white women's obsession with British accents are, especially using them in person and all on the regular and shit, like fucking Madonna and all these motherfuckers. But if you didn't even announce yourself as Britney Spears, you ran up to a motherfucker to try to get his attention and speaking in a British accent. And when you tap the nigga, his security hit your hand to where your hand hit your own face. In your story, you said you got backhanded in the face so hard that you stumbled, almost fell. You didn't almost fall. You hit your goddamn self. Then you said the nigga turned around and laughed. I ain't seen nobody turn around and laugh at all. What I saw was you did too much running up on a motherfucker you didn't know, speaking in a British accent. Sir, look at that. Look at this. Wait. This man is from a different country. Victor Wembanyama, and on top of that, how young this nigga is, he don't know shit about no hit me baby one more time. He don't know nothing about none of that. Nothing. He probably don't even remember the time you freaked the fuck out and went bald. He don't remember none of that. He don't remember the shit. You run up to this nigga in a British accent, sir. Whoa, that's Britney Spears. Who gives a fuck? The security guard was doing his job. And then for her to act like her security wouldn't do it to the same people, well, maybe your instance didn't have 20 people running up at you from behind. Maybe you saw them fucking coming, Britney. You nut. If Britney was walking by herself with her security and a fan or whoever started running up behind her trying to touch her, if your security allows that to happen, Britney, you need to get new security. You need to hire new security. If anybody is able to touch you or get close enough to touch you and proceed to continue to touch you, you need new security. That's plain and simple. Then to be like, this is America. This is America. Bro, you got smacked in the face and it didn't do shit to your accent.
That's America for you! Fuck you all! That's America for you! Fuck you all!
You even screamed in the British accent. I'm sorry, I'm not taking you serious. Britney, I'm not taking you serious, fam. This is who ran up behind Victor Wembanyama. This is who ran up behind this man, yelling in a British accent and tried to touch him. You tell me if you want security to protect you from something like this or not. I'm just saying, forget it's Britney Spears. Just look at what's happening on video. Forget this is Britney Spears. What am I watching? What am I watching? This motherfucker's a nut. Oh my God. Motherfuckers, and that's dangerous. And that's dangerous, bro. It's dangerous. And as a white woman, she should, I wouldn't expect her to understand, but at least a demographic of motherfuckers should understand how she tried to put it as if he was the one that did it, talking about I'm 5'6", you're 7'4". He didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. What did bringing up his height have to do with anything? And he didn't do shit. He laughed, probably because it was funny. A motherfucker was running up behind him screaming in a British accent, and then he turned around and seen it was Britney Spears. I would have laughed too. Like, bitch, I didn't think that was you. You sounded like a British maid. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Shit don't make no sense, man. But this is the world we live in, and I guess apparently everybody has this soft heart for Britney Spears because she had a conservatorship or whatever the fuck the case may be. I don't know. But I have no sympathy there. I don't think it's, no, I don't give a fuck. His security did exactly what they were supposed to do. And this ain't finna, and there's no charges because the police already looked at other surveillance. We all got a camera. See, that's another thing. It's funny. When TMZ broke this footage, they got somebody's cell phone footage, right? I'm so glad the police didn't just look at that and be like, all right, that's what we're going to take it as. Because the person on the video was like, yeah, he just slapped Britney Spears. But when they looked at actual surveillance footage from the hotel or wherever they were at, they clearly saw that Britney's hand was moved back and she smacked herself. Britney Spears smacked herself, ladies and gentlemen. Britney Spears smacked herself, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure we remember that every single time this story comes up. Now, one last thing I want to show is Jamie Foxx has been cited. Yes, we see that the legend is back at it. He was seen on a boat chilling with the family. Looking well, man. Waving the fans, chilling, rocking. I don't know about the conspiracies. I don't want to know about any other bullshit. All I know is I'm glad that the motherfucker's not confined to a hospital bed and whatever other rumors or things that was going on with him health-wise. I just want to see motherfuckers healthy. So whether that is Jamie Foxx or whether that's a goddamn clone, the fact that I see a healthy Jamie Foxx is good enough for me, man. See, we live in a world of unexpected events. I'm not finna sit up here and act like I know everything. I'm not finna sit here and act like conspiracies ain't true. All I'm gonna do is roll with the goddamn punches. That's all we can do. We can't change nothing. We can't manipulate the future. All we can do is go along for this ride while we are here and alive, breathing on this earth. So all I can say is shout out to Jamie. Glad you're doing all right, man. And we're gonna continue to you know, hope for the best health and for him to continue to live on long, you know, without any of the bullshit, man. That's all I can say, man. Jamie Foxx, shout out to you, shout out to your family, man. And shout out to y'all, GMS fam, because today was a good show. And I appreciate y'all so much for pulling up on me today. As always, what you can do is hit that like button. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if y'all feeling generous. You're most appreciated. You'll be helping out the GMS show, man. We got things we want to do, ways we want to improve this show, man. And if you support it, this is what we do. This is what we do. So if you want to support the GMS show, man, hit that Cash App. Do what you got to do. I appreciate you. But everybody that pulled up today and that supported, that's all I can really ask for, man. Thank y'all, GMS fam, so much. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Put something in the chat so I can shout you out, man. Put a GMS in the chat. Let me shout y'all out, man. Where the people at, man? Let me shout y'all out. Put the GMS in the chat. Hey. I see you, King Lukey. Glittery Bubbles in the building. Dub Deuce, T-Fan 1, Ace of Spade, George Smith, J.R. Miller. I see y'all, man. My nigga Lukey said he got that Miami runs. Okay. Smoking good. You smoking good, sir. Ha ha. Hey, my nigga JR said he's smoking on the push pops. All right, brother. Y'all got some strains in the chat right now. Y'all got some strains in this motherfucker, man. I see y'all. Y'all keeping that GMS, as always. It's super hot in Minnesota today, so I'm gonna be chilling in the house with the AC. All right, y'all go ahead, enjoy the rest of y'all day. Mark Ladon, I see you, brother. GMS fam, the green room. I'ma see you when I see you. Y'all stay blessed, man. Stay healthy. Keep getting to the money. Keep getting to the goals. All that great shit. I appreciate you. We out.